My name is Eben Smith, president of 3E Consulting Group, and I have some great remarks to welcome you this morning, the first welcome. And then the CE leaned over to me and said, don't forget the 3 Bs. And if you don't know what the 3 Bs stand for, that's brother, be brief. So we got a lot of great information today. This is about you all. You guys are stakeholders. And you know, there's a saying that if you eat around the edges, you never get a meal. Who's ready to eat a meal? Raise your hand. All right, so we've got the county executive here to talk about some of the things that we've done over the past 90 days, some of the things that she's going to do over the next 90 days. You're going to hear from our user agencies, but most importantly, you're going to hear about how Prince George's County is making the business climate a lot more friendlier, how we're going to engage you a lot more sooner, faster, and most importantly, making sure that you guys are getting meals. So to that, I'm going to bring up our new host, Maureen. Come on down from Fox 5. Y'all can do better than that. Thank you.
Thank you. I was going to say, you could do better than that. Maureen Ume from Fox 5. Oh, thank you. Thank you. You guys must watch those other stations. It's okay. I won't hold it against you. Good morning, Prince George's County. Are you excited to be here today? I am too. Welcome to the 2025 Executive Exchange Business Leadership Summit. My name is Maureen Ume, and I'm deeply honored to be your MC this morning. It is a delight to see so many familiar faces in the audience, people who I know are movers and shakers, not just in this county, but in this region, and probably in this entire country. And I'm so proud of each and every one of you, and so honored to be here MCing this wonderful event. We are here because Prince George's County, ladies and gentlemen, is open for business. And today, it is about connecting, exchanging ideas, and really building opportunities together. Before we begin, however, let us recognize and thank our distinguished elected officials, our agency leaders, business owners, and community partners in the room. Can we give them all a round of applause, please? As you might imagine, we do have a full program today designed to give you a really clear look at the opportunities here, how to access them, which is the most important for a lot of us, how to access these opportunities, and how our county executive is making sure that Prince George's County continues to grow in ways that are inclusive, innovative, and most importantly, business friendly, right? Let's get started with someone who knows firsthand the challenges and opportunities of building in this county. Please welcome the Chief of Staff for Prince George's County, Latara Harris, who will share an update on Project Elevate, the county's commitment to streamlining business processes and creating a more open door for our business community. Latara Harris, everyone.
Welcome. Good morning, everyone. It's an exciting day in Prince George's County. Thank you all so much for coming. I really want to start by saying how much of an honor it is to be with you today. And honestly, this moment is really personal for me. I hadn't had a chance to look at the crowd, but I certainly know a lot of folks are sitting here that I know. Before stepping into this role as Chief of Staff, I was sitting right where so many of you are as a business leader and executive in Prince George's County. So I know what it feels like to want to grow your business, to be in those hearing rooms and in those meetings, and you're trying to figure out how to expand, how to create jobs and contribute to the community. And at the same time, you feel frustrated. You're frustrated by the hurdles that can come with trying to work with government. I've been on that side of the table, and I've had those same concerns, and I can tell you today is a new day. Absolutely. So that's why today means so much. I know how important it is for our government to not just talk about supporting businesses, but to actually make the process easier, fairer, and more transparent. And that's exactly what County Executive Brave Boy's team and her vision, Project Elevate, is all about. Anybody been seeing Project Elevate all over places? Yeah, elevation. Elevation, absolutely. It's about raising the bar in everything that we do, building stronger partnerships, cutting through unnecessary barriers, and creating a climate where businesses can thrive. It's about making sure no entrepreneur or business feels like they're fighting in this system alone. Through Project Elevate, we're investing in people and in places. We're training local entrepreneurs, reimagining our neighborhoods, and making this county a place where innovation and collaboration lead the way. And let me tell you, we are different. So many of us live in this county and work somewhere else. How many of us do that? Live in the county and go somewhere else to work. Live in the county and go somewhere else to eat, right? It's a common thread all too often. So to every business owner and entrepreneur that's here today, I want you to know I see you, I've been in your seat, and I know what it means to feel like government isn't listening. But under this leadership, things are changing. The doors are open. The conversations are happening. And with Project Elevate, we are building a county where your success is our success. And with that, it is my privilege to introduce the leader who is driving the change. She has been a tireless advocate for businesses of every single size, making sure Prince George's County is a place where entrepreneurs can dream big, take risks, and grow. And today, she's not just here to inspire you. She's here to deliver some exciting news that will help our businesses move forward in powerful ways. Please join me in welcoming the visionary behind Project Elevate, our county executive, Aisha Braveboy.
Thank you. Thank you all. Thank you so much for being here, and please have a seat. It is a great day to be in Prince George's County. You know, we didn't let the rain deter us, and so we are here for some exciting news. So I am grateful to be with all of you. I see some of my partners in the work, members of our county council leadership, if you can stand up. Chair Edward Burrows, Vice Chair Crystal Oriada, the chair of our planning board, Daryl Barnes, and I'm sure that others will be recognized. It is a true pleasure to be with you today as we take another bold step in our journey to elevate Prince George's County. Prince George's County is not just a beautiful place to live, but we know that it is a place to build, to invest, to thrive, and to realize your dreams. We are gathered here today under the banner of unity and partnership. Elected and appointed officials, government agencies, developers, small business owners, and community stakeholders, all working together with one vision: to build a stronger, more efficient, more open, and more responsive development process and procurement system that reflect the promise and potential of our county. And I am proud to say we are delivering on those promises. Today, we are unveiling a new chapter in the way our county does business. not only with the private sector, which is well represented here today. Let's give yourselves a round of applause, our private sector here. But for all who live, work, and believe in the future of Prince George's County. As you may have heard me state, it is good business to do business with the people of Prince George's County. But with today's announcement, I can say it is good business to do business here in Prince George's County. For far too long, businesses, both small and large, have faced bottlenecks in our permitting and planning processes, which have cost them time. One agency approves, then another reviews, then sometimes we send you back for a change that could have been resolved months before if only agencies had spoken to each other. That ends today. Since taking office, my administration has focused relentlessly on listening to our businesses, our residents, and our partners, and we have heard you. We've heard the need for faster turnaround times, less duplication, greater transparency, and stronger agency collaboration. And I want to be clear, we didn't just listen, we acted. Through my development transition team, which was headed by the chair of our county council, Ed Burrows, and attorney Lynn Lucci, and through weeks of meetings between the Department of Permitting, Inspection, and Enforcement, led by Dawit Abraham. Is Dawit here? I know he's here. Thank you so much, Dawit, and your team, along with our chair of our of our planning board, Daryl Barnes. Let's give Daryl Barnes a round of applause. And with the strategic guidance of our planning director, Lakeisha Hull. Stand up, Lakeisha. Thank you so much. We have reimagined the entire development review process in collaboration with our utility providers and agencies across every level of government. Today, we are launching the most ambitious permitting and development reform effort in our county's history. And the impact is real. We know that time is money, especially for small businesses trying to open their doors. That's why just a few weeks ago, under my direction and with the support and just the ingenuity of DPI, we launched a small business fast track program. This initiative identifies commercial projects under 5,000 square feet, such as restaurants, retail, or office renovation, and they fast track them through the permitting process. What used to take several months now takes just about 10 business days per review cycle. 10 business days. Already 68 business projects, small business projects, have qualified for this new process, and the permits have been issued. These entrepreneurs now have a dedicated DPI business development team guiding them from start to finish. This is what it looks like when government works together with businesses and not against them. At the same time, we're thinking big. We have now launched, and we're launching today, the Permit Rapid Response Team to handle high-impact, transformative projects across Prince George's County. This elite team includes DPI, Park and Planning, Prince George's Soil Conservation District, WSSC, Maryland State Highway Administration, the Department of Public Works and Transportation, and key state and utility partners like Pepco, BG&E, and Verizon. Together, we will coordinate in real time and hold regular meetings, cutting delays and removing red tape from large-scale construction. Under this model, we are consolidating overlapping reviews across agencies, launching concurrent review process instead of the outdated step-by-step model, and creating a major projects team across departments to shepherd projects from start to finish. Instead of waiting for one step to finish before the next begins, we are reviewing projects together simultaneously across agencies. That means shovel-ready, legal projects, the largest of the largest, can move through this development process in less than 6 months. We are not just speeding things up, we are doing it the right way. We are protecting public safety. We are going to continue to engage with our community, and we will ensure that there's compliance with our zoning codes and subdivision regulations. But because speed without progress doesn't actually last. And in the past, it would take an average of 16 months, an average, which means some projects took much longer. But now you will have a streamlined process to ensure that those projects that are high impact projects here in Prince George's County move forward. I'm going to name a few, but these are not all of them. The redevelopment of the Six Flags site is important to all of us. 500 acres of prime property. We have to be ready. The future transformation of the Commander Stadium site, 200 acres sitting between 2 very important metro stations. And in the very near future, we will discuss the new development that my administration will be proposing for the Morgan Boulevard Metro Station, which is going to be transformative for our inner Beltway communities. So we need to have a process that will make these projects work. Six Flags, despite its scale, generates only approximately $3 million annually for our county, because it only sits on about 20% of the 500-acre site. So as we look to redevelop that site, we want to have a development team ready to maximize the redevelopment of that site as quickly as possible. Same with the Commanders. Even though we appreciate the approximately $14 million that we receive from them, we know that we can generate far more. And again, we want to do that as quickly as possible. And I won't give it away, but we do have something coming at Morgan Boulevard that I think we will all appreciate. These aren't just projects, they are game changers. And there are other projects that will also be able to take advantage of this new elevated process. Let's be honest, some of these bottlenecks are procedural, but some are embedded in outdated laws and zoning regulations that no longer serve our modern economy. That is why I'm grateful to have the partnership of our County Council Chair, Ed Burrows, and our Vice Chair, Crystal Oriada. Let's give them, again, another round of applause. And I'm also having you applaud for them because I lost my speech real quick, so just give me 1 second. I know you'll want to hear the end of this. Okay, here we go. Documents. Okay, I'll figure it out. Oh, recent files. Here we go. I'll figure it out. Or somebody can bring me my printed speech. That would be helpful. Okay. I have no idea where it is.
Maybe recent.
This is hilarious.
It wouldn't be this.
No, that's not.
Slumbering.
No. But I think I'm good. I think I'm good. Oh, IJ has it. I pressed the wrong button. Thank you so much, IJ. I'm almost done, so y'all are good. I just have one more page. Or two. Okay. So, we cannot preach innovation and legislate as if we were in 1974, which is the year I was born, okay? So that is why our legislative partners and I will be working together to propose legislation that will streamline our zoning processes and make things easier while still protecting the interests of the people who we all represent. We are building something special in Prince George's County. We're not just building buildings, we are building a future where small businesses don't get buried in red tape, major projects create real generational opportunity, and government becomes a partner, not an obstacle to progress. This is how we make Prince George's County the destination of choice, not just for development, but for dignity, discipline, and delivery. To our developers and business owners, we are your partners. This is your moment to build in a county that values your investment, removes unnecessary delays, and welcomes innovation. To our agency leaders and county staff, thank you. Thank you so much for your tireless work. This is what excellence in public service looks like. And to our residents, customers, and bosses, we hear you and we are acting in your best interest. This is not development for development's sake. It's development with a purpose, designed to bring jobs, housing, and opportunity to every part of Prince George's County. As your county executive, I am committed to ensuring that Prince George's County becomes a national model for efficient, inclusive, and forward-thinking economic development. Together, we will continue to rise. Together, we will continue to amplify success, and together, we will elevate Prince George's County to new heights. Thank you so much for being here. And now, thank you. Thank you so much. And now, without any further delay, my partner and my little brother, our chair of our county council, Ed Burrows.
Thank you so much, Madam County Executive, and thank you to her entire team. This announcement is so, really reflects a lot of hard work and dedication because she's not been in office more than 100 days. So the fact that she's been able to cut down some of these processes that have plagued us for so long in such a short period of time just shows how deliberate and precise she was, how she's holding people accountable, how she's changing the way that we're doing things. To go from several months to 10 days is not bad, Madam County Executive. And so I just want to thank you for your leadership. I want to thank you for your vision. I want to thank you for your partnership. And I have my remarks printed out in large font. But you said it best, so I'm actually not going to read all of this. But what I will say is today I'm proud to stand here alongside our County Executive, Aisha Braveboy, and our Planning Board Chair, Dale Barnes, as this major announcement was made. We hear it all the time that Prince George's County is a bedroom community, and everyone has to leave the county for quality retail, quality experiences. You can only go to sleep here. And one of the reasons that we have found is because it's difficult to develop here. The county executive was in a meeting about 2 weeks ago with a developer, an African-American developer, who's done work all across the country. And the county executive started asking questions and asked him for one thing, and that was just to be honest with her. And the developer said a lot of things, trying to figure out what I'm gonna say. But one of the points that the developer brought up that I'll never forget, that really stood out to me, because we were talking about attracting quality grocery stores to Prince George's County, right? Everyone wants the Whole Foods, the Trader Joe's, okay, shout them out, got it. Wegmans, the whole nine. And we're sick and tired, at least in the southern part of the county, having to drive to Virginia for everything. And in the northern part of the county, having to go outside the county going north for everything. And what the developer said was, if I'm a company, if I'm a business, and I'm looking to plant a grocery store somewhere, am I going to plant it in a place that's going to take me years to go through the development process and permitting? Or am I going to place it in a place that I can turn it around very quickly and get those doors open? And so this is all about the residents of Prince George's County. When we're talking about making it easier for quality developments, making it easier for businesses, it is really making it easier so that we can attract the quality restaurants and grocery stores and businesses that we know that our people deserve. And so I want to thank you, Madam County Executive, for coming in so quickly and making it happen. I want to thank you for holding us all accountable to make it happen. And I think as a result of this, what we will see is the type of developments that our residents expect and deserve. We are more than a community of liquor stores and Wawas and tobacco stores, Royal Farms. We're more than that, right? And because we're more than that, we have to change our internal process and our laws to make us more attractive, to attract the businesses that our residents so desperately want and deserve. And so I just want to say, Madam County Executive, as you know, you have the full support of the County Council. And whatever we can do to help you in this journey, you can count on us. And as my big sister, I just want to say I'm proud of you. I'm proud that you have come in, you've hit the ground running, you're making the changes that people have dreamed of, and you're doing it so quickly. And as a result of your efforts and your entire team, Prince George's County is elevated. God bless you all. Thank you so much. And I'd like to call up the chair of Park and Planning, our friend, our leader, Chairman Darrell Barnes. Now wait a minute, wait. When the county executive came up, there was no theme music. When the chair of the county council came up, there was no theme music. But when the chair, no, I'm joking. Go ahead, play a song.
We do things a little bit differently. It is a great day in Prince George's County. Can we say great day? Great day. Listen, for those that do not know me, my name is Darrell Barnes. I am the chairman of the Maryland National Capital Park and Planning Commission, and I am excited. On my first day on the job, Bernard, I played Sam Cooke. A change is coming. The time frame from the past will not work no longer in the future. The process that took 16 months, sometimes up to 3 years, will now be streamlined to 6 months for eligible shovel-ready projects. We are preparing for the most significant projects will be impacted in the county and the region over the next decade. The 3 flagship sites, Six Flags, Northwest Stadium, and Morgan Boulevard, have the potential to bring opportunities, jobs, revenues, and amenities that propel our county forward. Our planning department will be ready for applicants who come to the table with solid legal applications for shovel-ready projects. Through our MNC PPC Prince George's County Planning Department, we are committed to bring staff and resources to ensure that we are vastly improving the customer experience for those that want to invest in Prince George's County and its people. There's two words that I often say when I end, Zena, and that is hope and opportunity. See, we all hope for this type of opportunities. We have a unique opportunity to elevate and amplify Prince George's County like never before. This is a big win for the county. This is a big win for the residents. And this is a big win for economic growth. We are leading into the wins. We will continue to compete with other regions throughout the nation, spur economic development and growth as fast as we possibly can, and continue to elevate Prince George's County as the destination for the nation. I am excited to lead a great team who has been working tirelessly to improve the processes to deliver these results with DPI and other agencies. Will all the men and women from DPI and Prince George, the Planning Department, please stand. It is because of the directive of our county executive. As Chairman Burrows said, her strong leadership, her tireless energy to transform Prince George's County like it has never been transformed before. In a short period of time, she has come in and kicked the door down and said, this is what must happen in Prince George's County. Everybody in this room should be excited. Everybody in this room should be tweeting, posting, Facebooking, whatever word it is about today. This is a major win for the residents of Prince George's County, that we will transform this county in a big way, that we will do things differently, that we will make progress, and that we will continue to get a win. Today is a great day. Today is the day that we should be excited. And today, I want to introduce one of the baddest women that I know in the planning department of Prince George's County. I ask you all to please put your hands together for my planning director, Lakeisha Hall.
Thank you, Chairman Barnes. I didn't have any music, sir. And so we are a little bit unorthodox, as Chairman Barnes says. So can the planning department staff please come up and stand over here to my right, please? And also, Director Abraham, can you come up as well? County Executive, it's a pleasure to be here today. Council members, Council Chair, Vice Chair. Our elected officials, our wonderful stakeholders, the Director of Parks and Rec, thank you so much, Mr. Stanton, for your support, and also the other department heads. For those that don't know me, I'm Lakeisha Hall. I've been the planning director for Prince George's County Planning Department for about 20 months now. I left this city called Miami, Florida, because it was just so underrated. So right now, what you see right now are the folks that are committed to moving forward to what we just heard from Chairman Barnes and the county executive, and also to the council chair. These folks have been working very, very hard with the intention to work very close with DPI and their staff. And so I just want you guys to see the visual of all of the folks that's been working behind the scenes for the past few weeks in the planning department, so we can give them a round of applause, please. And so this is a photo op for photo ops. If y'all like to Instagram, whatever. I'm here with DPI Director, so you guys are seeing that we're together, standing side by side.
Yeah, we are joined at the hip. Thank you, Lakeisha. I appreciate it. I think if you allow me here, I want to say thank you to all the attendees this morning, but in particular, I think I want to say that we are represented today by none other than the Chief Engineer from WSSC. Where is Chief Engineer Wong from WSSC? Can you stand up, please? These are the major players, and then SCD. We got Soil Conservation District Stephen Dorsey, that is here. The power companies, I don't know if they are represented this morning, but they did send their regrets for not being able to attend this morning. I say this, that as the chairman said, it's not one agency. Of course, my agency is the beginning and the end. But in between, there are a lot of agencies that touch permit applications. The major one is Park and Planning, Soil Conservation District, WSSC, and all the power companies. But now with the new administration, with the county executive, we are joined at the hip across intra-agency. In other words, when a project is deemed to be a flagship project, very important, commercial site that will generate a lot of jobs and revenues, all agencies have to be on hands on deck. Everybody has to play ball because there is no more sequential review and approval. Everything has to be done in parallel at the same time. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. So I have a couple minutes of some updates for you guys to also follow. So with my team, thank you so much. My two deputy directors, Gwen McCall-Winston and James Hunt, thank you as well, so you guys can have a seat. Thank you. So what exactly we're going to be doing now in the planning department under these wonderful new initiatives? And so as you've heard already, we're trying to provide more clarity. We're also trying to make sure we understand that old ordinance and that new ordinance that we got going on, making sure that there's some certainty of what you do in the planning department, providing less confusion, providing more predictability. And so I have 4 P's in my department: people, placemaking, partnerships, and projects. We're all about the people, and that's why you saw the people come up, because we cannot do this without the people. So we're dedicated to having the resources to do that. In addition to the major opportunity sites, we want to make sure our strip malls are also addressed. Our transit-oriented development areas are addressed. The small areas that have been neglected for years. That's what we're trying to do to work together with the support of multiple parties and stakeholders. That's going to take some legislative updates. That's also going to take some master plan updates. And so we're working hard as well. Council has committed to giving us funding to do that. And so we're excited about what we're going to be doing this fiscal year. We also want to talk about the concurrent reviews. And so procedurally within my department, with the support of Chairman Barnes, we're starting to see what can we do that's concurrent versus having the step-by-step process that the county executive just alluded to. We're also enhancing our customer service experience. And so this fiscal year, we opened up the intake, development, and regulatory review division. And so what we're trying to do now is work side by side with DPI, with their business development section, and fast track those eligible projects that are falling within that 6 months timeline, and also the ones that we're trying to release in a 10-day period. So once again, we're really excited about making sure we're doing everything that we can do in making sure Prince George's County is not only successful, but the destination of choice. And so with that being said, I look forward to working with all my partner agencies, and thank you so much for your time. Thank you again, County Executive.
Thank you so much for those words. I think you can tell what's happening this morning. We are excited. Prince George's County is open for business, and I couldn't be more proud of what's happening here this morning. Thank you, Madam County Executive, for your leadership. I know we've interviewed you several times on Fox 5, and you said you would hit the ground running, and you certainly have, and we are so honored and so proud to have your leadership, not just in Prince George's County, but this region. I'd like to recognize a few other people who were not recognized this morning and are in attendance. Sean Joseph, the Superintendent of Prince George's County Public Schools. And Alex Austin, the President of the Prince George's County Chamber of Commerce. As well, I'd like to introduce the Deputy Chief Administrative Officers, Brian Wilbon, Health and Human Services, way there in the corner. Kevin Stephen, Government Infrastructure, Technology and Environment. Melvin Powell, Public Safety and Homeland Security. Chris Osuji, Government Operations. It's a rousing applause. I think it was the suit. It's got to be the suit. Iris Boswell, Economic Development. Thank you all for your leadership. We want to turn to the most valuable part of today's summit, which is what a lot of you are here for, hearing directly from our agency leaders. Each of them will share highlights of their procurement, easy for me to say, forecast, and opportunities ahead of our business community. I'm a mess here. I'm dropping my Dollar Tree specs. Anybody lose these by the dozens? You do too? I know. Age, I know it. Okay. I'm here today to help guide the conversation. We're going to try to keep it moving because there's so many agencies, but at the heart of it is really for you all to get the information you need about how to go through the procurement process, where to go, who to talk to, and really just to help make it easier. I know a lot of small business owners, it can be daunting to go through this process. Where do you start? What permits do I need? Who do I talk to? It can be maddening and makes you wonder if you made the right decision. But again, the whole process is to make it easier here. That's what we're here for, to let you know where you can go. You've got a county council that is ready to work. You've got other leads who are here to help you through the process. And so through this conversation, we hope that you get what you need. And if you don't get it through this conversation, all of the agencies have booths outside these doors. They have made themselves available. There are cards, there are people. So please take use of what is outside these doors. And even beyond this, make sure that you contact who you need, because everyone here is really vested in the success of your businesses and the success of Prince George's County. With that said, I'd like to begin the conversation this morning and call to the stage Alice Williams, Director of the Office of Procurement. They want you here. I should not have crisscrossed you. Good to see you.
It's a pleasure to meet you. Thank you so much.
Thank you. I don't, is it turned on? Okay, there you go. All right, good morning.
Good morning.
And we want to make this a conversation and keep it going, but obviously be mindful of your time and get through all of the agencies that we do have here. So I want to jump right in with the big picture for you. What major procurement opportunities should businesses here be watching for this year? And are there any particular industries like, say, construction or tech where you expect the most activity?
Yes, thank you. That's a very good question. Good morning, all. First, I want to first thank the county exec. I really appreciate you. I really appreciate your vision for the direction that you want to go and the elevation. All the dignitaries here also, I want to say thank you as well. That's a very good question. Mm-hmm. We have so many opportunities available right now. We've been working very closely with every director trying to identify the opportunities across the county. Well, I want to just start off and talk about some of the initiatives first that we're doing to help get to some of these opportunities here in the county. One of the first things we're doing is we're really developing initiatives to ensure that we get access to contracts for local and small businesses here in the county. And we're very excited to let you know that there are going to be some major changes for the best. We're going to open up opportunities for every business in here, large and small, but mostly focused on local county-based business. Some of you may have already heard that we use a lot of writers here in the county. And as I did my assessment originally when I first came on board, I wondered, well, what are writers? And I figured out writers is using someone else's contracts. It's not here in the county. And so I'm very concerned about that. We want to make sure that the contracts that we use here, that we're giving these contracts to the folks here, right here in the county, that you get a fair opportunity. So the way that we're creating this opportunity is we're going to reduce the number of writers that we're using. Right? And so that means that we'll be creating contracts here in the county to ensure that businesses get fair opportunity. What does that look like? We know there's a lot of times we do have to use writers, but I can tell you now the writers are not a choice. They're not going to be our original choice. They're going to be an option. And so we'll be reviewing those very strongly to see how we can reduce those. Now, to create some of these contracts, we would love for people to use our writers. So what we're going to do is be creating things like strategic sourcing. Anybody heard of the term strategic sourcing? Well, let me explain to you with the strategic sourcing. We're going to be looking across the county at every contract here, and those contracts that look alike that we can consolidate together, we'll be issuing major mass contracts so that you can use the contracts internally. That means that small business, large businesses, but mostly local county-based businesses get an opportunity to get access and awarded those contracts. So that's great news, and you should be clapping. All right. The other concern that we have, and I'll get right down to your question, is bundling. We see a lot of large contracts that's consolidated, meaning small businesses don't get an opportunity to bid on those contracts. The contracts are so large, they just don't have the resources. So one of the things we're going to do is debundle the contracts. What does that mean? We're going to do set-aside contracts for small businesses. So you're just competing with each other instead of competing with the large companies. So where there's open and full competition, large businesses get to compete, and so does small. But we know for sure that small businesses cannot compete on these big, large contracts. So where it's suitable, we'll be setting requirements aside for contractors or small business to compete with each other. So that's another clap. We're very excited about that.
Director Williams, I know you have a long list, but I wanted to ask, because my interest is piqued. If you have a small business, when will these be rolled out? Timing is everything in business, so when will these opportunities be rolled out? When can we start seeing them in action?
Thank you so much. These opportunities be rolled out immediately. Some of the things that we're doing right now, and I can tell you in the next 30 days, there are several contracts that's coming out, and you'll hear from the directors where they can talk about those requirements themselves. But we do, Department of Public Works and Transportation, fiscal year 2026, we have snow removal and ice removal, which is a big issue here in the county. So one of the exciting things that we're doing, we issued that contract or solicitation almost a month ago, and we did not get the feedback that we were expecting. So now we're going to continuously open that solicitation. We're going to keep on rolling that solicitation out until we can satisfy our requirements here in the county. There will be no resident here that have to worry about snow this year. The next thing we're going to do is prepare for next year. So we have snow services, and we roll that contract out. We'll be the first one to get those contractors to bid on our requirements. We won't be competing with anybody else because we won't close our solicitation. We'll keep it open until we get what we need. So we're working very, very closely with DPW&T, and their leadership has been great working with us. So we're very excited about that as well. We have Office of Central Service, fuel tank inspection maintenance. These contracts is going to come out in the next 30 days. Police Department, we have guard services. That's going to come out in the next 30 days. The Department of Environment, stormwater engineering, construction management, and inspection services, the next 30 days. So please watch the solicitations as they come out. Office of Human Service and Management, we have health and welfare consulting. Please look out for those opportunities. Thank you.
Where can people go to stay in the loop? Do you have a mailing list? Do you have portals? And do you have people who can help folks navigate that?
Yes, ma'am. That's a good introduction. First, I want to introduce, I have here with me today my Deputy Director, Darlene Perkins. If you can stand, please. I also have with me today Ariel Douglas, who is my Executive Director. Thank you so much for standing. We also have a booth outside where we have a bunch of resources, but one of the first things you have to do in doing business with us is register here in the county. And I want to be very clear on that because people think when they go get certified that they're registered with the county. You can't do business, or we can't attach you to finance unless you register with the county. So that's the first thing. And I'm excited to say for the first time ever, we have a kiosk outside where you can do an on-site registration. So what that means is that you may not have all your documentation today to support getting fully registered, but we can start that process. So what happens is that you will be able to register your business. You will get an email that will come to you where you can complete your registration. So meaning you can go home and have all the necessary documents you need to enter into the system, and you'll be completed. You have 30 days to get into the system. And oh, by the way, we have people on hand to help you and walk you through that process. We have training inside. We conduct training 2 to 3 days a week where we're working with vendors to make sure to get registered. We'd have some major changes when it comes to our system. We now have manual or electronic invoices. So if your company has been doing business with the county and you're used to using paper to do your invoices, now you have to register in our Ariba system to make sure you get paid. So please, please work with my staff. Pick up the phone, call us, send an email. We want to make sure that we do not delay any payments or any invoices that's due to you. So make sure you go to our website, go to the table, make sure you're talking to the staff so you can learn how to create the process or your invoice to get loaded into the system.
Director Williams, if you could leave businesses with just one piece of advice on how to navigate breaking into county contracting, what would that be in our final minute?
Yes, ma'am, that's a great question. What we really want you to do is be ready, and that means procurement ready. How do you get prepared to be procurement ready? There are a lot of things that we expect. One, as a business, we want to be able to help you, but we also want you to bring solutions. So first, we want to make sure you have a capability statement. If you have more than one page, we're going to send you back. We want one-page capability statement, and please use the whole page. You got the front and the back if you want to give us some additional information. Why is that important? Because a lot of times you come into my office, and oh, by the way, I open my doors every Friday for industry to come in and have one-on-one meetings with me. So if you have not taken advantage of that, how many people here have taken advantage of a one-on-one meeting with me?
How many people knew that she had these office hours? Which is what we're learning today.
Yes, thank you so much. I hope it's been helpful, but my doors are open. I am here to help you get procurement ready. So we need your one-page capability statement. And oh, by the way, I'm going to look for a 5-point presentation, a 5-page presentation. If you give me more than 5 pages, I'm going to send you back and do your homework. All right, so 5 pages. Bottom line or front, I want to know what is your ask right away. What do you want? What do you need from the county, and how can we help you? And then you're going to demonstrate to me your past performance. What have you done, or what do you bring to the table? What innovation solutions that you bring that matches the capabilities of every director that's sitting here? We want to understand that, making sure that you have checked their website, you understand their mission, and that you are bringing solutions to the table. We're going to create competition, that's what we're going to do. But we're going to also make sure that you are prepared, that you have what's necessary and what you need. So if you don't understand how to do that, I'm here, I'm going to help you. I'm going to look at every presentation before I send you to any of these directors here. I want to make sure you talk in their language and that you understand the needs of this county.
And that is a major commitment from Director Williams. Thank you so much for your leadership and your insight. As I said, all of the agency leads will be outside with their people where you can get more information. We're only scratching the surface on what's available. This is meant to be an overview as we elevate Prince George's County, so please take it for what it is. This is the starting point, but certainly not the end line, and your success awaits. Thank you so much for your time this morning.
Thank you, appreciate it.
Round of applause, please, for Director Williams. All right, before I call our next guest, we need to recognize the CAO, Maxine Bardwell. Is she here? Right in front. It's a pleasure to meet you. And the COS, Latoya Harris. Latara Harris. Oh, I'm sorry. It was a setup, this handwriting. Who's the doctor that wrote this? That was a setup. And I believe, if I'm missing another one, my apology, I can't read the handwriting here, but we will recognize you as the morning goes on. Right now, I'd like to call up our next director, Mr. DeWitt Abraham with DPI. And we've heard so much about DPI and what's happening there. Very exciting. Come on up. I need you up here with me. We want to have this conversation with you because as your agency is streamlining processes and making it easier for so many people, as you said, you are the start and the stop of a lot of the businesses here. So we need to hear from you directly. Please welcome him, Mr. Abraham, to the stage. And I invite you to have a seat. I want to dive right in. How exciting what's happening in your agency. The county executive announced these streamlined processes with so many people. And when I heard about it, the first thing I said was, what took so long?
What took so long? That's a good question, Maureen. But before I answer that question, if you allow me to acknowledge my staff.
Sure, sure.
I got Deputy Director Lamont Hinton. Get up. I got Lori Paris, my Chief of Staff. I got Mary Giles, another Deputy Director. I have Charles Cooper, and I have Avis Lester Thomas, who is manning our table in the lobby. Yes, because it took so long because nobody has looked at the old codes. The codes that were, regulated back in 20, 30, 40 years ago sometimes, they need to be revised. The chairman alluded to it, the county executive is empowering him to look at the codes, to streamline, because the technology has changed so much. The laws and regulations regarding development projects is no longer sometimes valid and no longer safe because we are in AI technology. Technology has changed so much, but our codes have not kept up with the changes.
And I know it's a much more complicated explanation than what we're able to give in our short time, but I wanted to dive in also to the opportunities available at DPI. It's such a vast agency, so much ground to cover, but just give us an idea of what opportunities are available for businesses within DPI.
Absolutely. I think that's just front and center on this meeting. In my view, we need to encourage and hire local contractors. DPI is not like Public Works. We don't do snow programs, but we can hire contractors. Right now, we are lacking experts or consultants in social media because we are not telling our story, our accomplishments in time to the county executive and the county council. We need a social media contractor to get that done. And the other thing is, we need help because right now we have temporary staff in DPI helping us in a day-to-day operation. We need more temporary staffing to help our customers on a daily basis because it's very challenging. Moreover, I think the most thing that is lacking in my experience is that we have what we call third-party plan review, third-party inspection. I don't see that many consultants that join that program from the county. This program is designed to help DPI to move projects forward. Without the consulting firms joining that third-party program, the way they join it is very simple. If they go to the DPI website, they can register, they can contact us, we can qualify them. They'll be on the pre-approved list to do plan review and do inspection on behalf of DPI. But they are paid and they are hired and paid by the developers. And that is a lot of work that is not being undertaken by local contractors who reside, live, or they have their office in Prince George County. But for some reason, they are not joining us, so we encourage them to join that program and take advantage of the work from the private sector.
Are all the opportunities available within DPI listed on the website, or is there somewhere else that people can go to identify those opportunities?
All these programs that I'm discussing, with the exception maybe of social media, is already listed on our website.
And so for someone to get started, is simply logging in, and they don't need anything beyond that?
They have contact information on our website. DPI, if you go to DPI website, it tells you how to get registered for third-party program.
And so for someone here today, a business owner who's had trouble with DPI, and I've heard this just anecdotally in covering stories in the past umpteenth years I've been here, that it's a complicated process. They get sidelined, they get frustrated. Some don't even go ahead with their business anymore because they figure, I can't do it anymore. Mm-hmm. What do you say to that today?
Well, today I think the county executive already covered it, so I don't want to repeat it, but the small commercial projects are being triaged and separated, given a separate lane, faster lane than before. We have resources, the business development section, to fully anticipate the number of permits that we're going to get on small. Most of the complaints actually come from small businesses and commercial businesses, offices or restaurants. And that is going to be handled by Charles Cooper, who is here today. He has a section, he's fully staffed, resourced, and that will make a great move. The big projects are not suffering. They have the resources because everything we do now
Right.
is online. You can apply for a permit, pay per permit fee, submit your plans online. Everything is online. We are paperless.
Right.
However, anybody can come to our permit center any day, from Monday to Friday, if they need in-person assistance.
Right.
Otherwise, you can do everything from your living room or from your office.
Well, unfortunately, I know that, again, we are only scratching the surface, but thank you for giving us that overview. I do know that you have folks outside as well. And
Yes.
as Director Williams said, I think what I'm hearing as a theme here is the onus is also on you to do your part. Register, ask the questions, and you have an agency's here willing to help, but please do your part as well to help move your businesses along and to help so that we can all succeed here in Prince George's County.
Thank you, Marian. Thank you.
Director
Appreciate it.
Abraham. Appreciate you. We want to turn now to the work that literally builds and moves the county forward, our roads, our bridges, transit system infrastructure. The Department of Public Works and Transportation manages the county's transportation network and public infrastructure, from maintaining the roads and bridges to overseeing transit services, stormwater management, waste operations. It's one of the largest sources of contracts and projects in Prince George's County. I didn't know this, but I'm going to say it again. It is one of the largest sources of contracts and projects in Prince George's County. Please welcome Director Michael Johnson. Thank you so much.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning, and thank you for being here. I know you probably have staff you want to recognize, so I'll let you do that.
I do. So with us today is the entire leadership team of the respective offices. So a few DPW leaders, can you stand? So these are our associate directors in charge of the offices that we have. We have 6 offices within our structure.
A lot of people, especially small businesses, this is overwhelming. They feel like I'm locked out. I need to partner with someone. What is your message to the small businesses out here and how to even navigate your agency, which again does so much, and maybe they're just asking for just a tiny little slice of the pie, but can't really see their way through? What do you say to them? How do they begin this process?
Well, we advertise the work that we have on eMaryland Marketplace. So that's a primary thing. But to sort of get into some of the specifics of what we are doing. So, we're approaching snow season, and snow is really a big deal for us. Everyone works snow, from the director all the way to the person most recently started with the department. And we take it very seriously. So we're in the process of, as Director Williams mentioned, of soliciting for snow contractors. And we'll put it out. That's a pretty big contract for us. It's at a minimum $4 million, probably more, depending on the type of season that we get. And something else that we're doing that's new this year is snow and ice clearing for bridge sidewalks. Prince George's County historically has not really done that. So we have 275 bridge structures with sidewalks. And they are often, and when we looked at the data, about 270 of those are near schools, 133 of those are close to transit hubs. So you have a lot of walkers, often kids, who, if the sidewalks are not cleared, will have to walk in the street. So that's another contract that we're putting out in addition to the removal from the roads. We also have, we offer a transit system called the bus. And take a look at the swanky wrap that we put on it, right? It's looking pretty hot. So the third-party inspection services for that bus, while the bus is operated by a contractor, our department is responsible for ensuring the safety and that the contractor is doing what they're supposed to do. So that service is also, something that we'll be bidding soon, and that's within the next 2 months. We have storm drain inspection and cleaning services. The county has, about 700 miles of storm drain that we are responsible for, and that's the Office of Storm Drain Maintenance that's responsible for that. So over the years that we've been working on this, we've made major improvements in terms of clearing that to reduce flooding. Climate change is a challenge of the future for us, and how that shows up in Prince George's County is with more intense storms, greater inundation. So our conveyance system for the storm drains is really critical. We also have storm drain facility and pond mowing. We have, I think it's about 900 ponds, which are storm drain, which sort of help to control the flooding as well. And those ponds have to be mowed and maintained to sort of keep the areas free of flooding.
I want to pause real quick and ask you, for smaller firms, what is the best way to maybe connect as a subcontractor to some of these larger projects that you're mentioning? Because again, I think I want to speak to those people, because a lot of this sounds very daunting. They may not have all the experience necessary, but they certainly shouldn't be locked out. How can they get a piece of the action, so to speak?
I think that a good way to do that is the way in which we structure the contracts. So we, Public Works, DPWT, contracts, 90% of our contracting is already done with local businesses, small businesses. Now, there are a few specialized things that we do with some of our traffic signals, some of the more specialized things that we have to deal with that we are not currently able to do contract locally. But the way that we try to incentivize local firms is to how we structure the contract. We have many participants in a particular contract. It's not just given to one entity. So for instance, for snow, we would have 15 or 20 contractors who are providing snow removal. And for the bridge decks, we'd anticipate that is something that smaller firms would do as well. Some of our sidewalk improvements, we have a major improvement. Prince George's County has about 1,700 miles of sidewalk, publicly owned sidewalk. Some of it in good condition, some not so. But the way that we are breaking those contracts up is to allow smaller firms to participate in the contracting for that as well. So that's how we do it.
You do a lot, clearly. And again, excuse me. And again, as I said, I know this is only just a little bit of what you're offering. If you had to leave one piece of advice for folks in this room who are interested and want more information, what would that be? Well,
we have folks in the back at our table. So, please go get the information on what is coming. We are always highly accessible. Ebony here, if you could just wave, right? She runs our internal procurement. So if you reach out to her, speak with her, she can tell you how best to sort of contact our contracting folks.
Okay, so people call you Ebony, not you,
not
Director,
me, yes.
right?
Don't call me.
People
call
are going
Ebony.
to try to get your card like, I met the Director, and he said, no, he didn't. Okay, I thank you so much for your information this morning. Thank you. Continued success to you and your agency. Okay, we've got a couple more agencies to get through. Bernard Wright is the Chief Information Officer and Director for the Office of Information Technology. I had the pleasure of interviewing this, I'll call him a young man, although he told me some of his children's ages. I'm like, where? But he is amazing and awesome, and you're doing amazing things. Thank you so much for your leadership. I'm really interested in what you have to say about this office, which again, a lot of people in the digital age here, we're looking at technology, and it is driving the future. Prince George's County really at the forefront of a lot of things here. Your agency is doing a lot in this regard. It kind of seems like a murky agency to some people. How do I break in? What do I do? If I've got a small tech firm, is this out of my league? Walk me through what you guys are doing in the procurement process, how you engage folks to let them know what you're doing, who you are, and how they can be involved.
Sure. So we are looking to do things differently. So many people in the room know that I'm also a small business owner, and part of the reason I agreed to come back is because we have a county executive who understands the urgency of the moment.
Yeah.
And what do I mean by that? You take a look at the fact that Prince George's County has around 70,000 federal employees. We know what's happening there with DOGE. One of the other stats I saw that was disturbing this week is the fact that when you take a look at the black community, the unemployment rate is rising. We know that Prince George's County is a majority black county. So to put that in perspective, in the month of June, the unemployment rate for black people was 6.8%. In July, that rose to 7.2%. Last month, 7.5%. So those numbers are going up. So we have the opportunity to do something creative there. Another stat that really makes us pay attention is the fact that a lot of computer science graduates are unemployed. So that rate for computer science is 6.9%. For computer engineering, that number is 7.5%. So when you take a look at the fact that we have so many computer science graduates coming out of Bowie State University, University of Maryland, Prince George's Community College, Capital Technology University, we have the opportunity to create career pipelines here. So what we're doing differently is, of course, we're looking to keep our network up. We're looking to make sure the switches and routers are running properly. We're looking to make sure that we're keeping data secure. But in addition to that, we're more outwardly focused now. So we are going to be doing some creative things in partnership with Director Williams over in procurement, where we're opening it up to hackathons. The reality is we have incredible talent in Prince George's County. So as we work with Brian Wilbon and others in terms of what we need in health and human services, we work with Melvin Powell in public safety. What can we do to apply artificial intelligence, quantum computing, and other things to solve the challenges that exist, not just here in Prince George's County, but across the country? So you're going to see a lot more of that.
I am intrigued. A hackathon, that sounds like something TV made, so we'll be there to cover it when you're doing it. I'm excited about that. Because we do see, and I do hear from a lot of people who've graduated and they do have this degree, but they don't know where to go. They again, feel locked out of these opportunities. I know that this is a new position for you, and you mentioned you're a small business owner, so you're really vested in making sure that this succeeds.
Absolutely.
Talk a little bit more about, go ahead, I'm sorry.
Yeah, so I am. And part of what we're doing, and one of the things that wasn't announced yet, but we are adding additional vendors to our contract vehicle as well. So consulting and technical services. That's going to be something that I'm working with Director Williams to get out over the next 30 days as well. But that vehicle is going to look different from how it looked before. So part of what we are going to be doing is incentivizing companies for having pathways for local talent. We're going to be incentivizing people for hiring federal displaced workers. We're going to be doing different things in terms of making sure that the solutions that are proposed are helping to move Prince George's County forward. So those are going to be a new way of doing business in Prince George's County under our county executive's leadership.
Exactly. It is a new way and a new day in Prince George's County, and unfortunately I'm getting the time cue, so I've got to end it here. But again, your agency and your staff outside with more information, if you're interested, even if you're not, talk to this man. He has got a wealth of information, and he is such a good person. I am honored. Thank you for spending some time with us this morning.
And I'm sorry, I do have one more announcement. So next Monday at 9 a.m., the Bi-County Business Roundtable is hosting an event at Homewood Suites, 9 a.m., next Monday, where we're talking about CATS and how you can be involved in that process.
I love it. Thank you. Appreciate it. And I do hope you take advantage of that opportunity as well. Thank you so much, Director Wright.
Thank you.
Oh, goodness. All right, this is our next agency we're talking about is the largest, I think, here in Prince George's County, Prince George's County Public Schools. I have had the honor and pleasure of interviewing Dr. Sean Joseph so many times since he's been here. Thank you so much. You're always agreeable when we pull you out for 4 a.m. interviews to talk about schools and first day. I appreciate you being here. One thing I did not realize is that Prince George's County Public Schools is one of the biggest purchasers and goods of services in the region. there are a lot of contracts here. I had no idea. Talk a little bit about that, because I think a lot of folks, this is about education and they think, okay, that's enough, but there's a lot of ancillary events and things that go along with that that are equally important and important to people in this room. So please tell us about those opportunities.
Well, thank you for the opportunity, and thank you, County Executive, for your leadership. It's one of the reasons I came back to Prince George's County. I mean, you want to work for someone with a vision and with a sense of urgency if you're going to do it right. So, but, we're the 17th largest school district in the country. Sometimes people don't realize that. We have 133,000 students. So we have a multitude of services. And right now, we'll have RFQs going out for legal services, financial advisory support, technical assistance. We've started this Blueprint Schools process where we're trying to, expedite opening new schools in the county. And it's something that we're leading the nation in, actually. So there's a lot of opportunity within the construction realm to do that. So there'll be subcontracting opportunities for MCN building outreach fair coordination with our Department of Purchasing. And then with the muralist, we'll need people to, once the buildings are done, just creating murals within the buildings and things of that nature. So lots of opportunity there.
Is this something that people go through and please forgive me if I'm showing some naivete here, do they go through the procurement office as well for that, or is this separate?
So, Prince George's, our school system has a procurement process that they work through there. Yeah, and we have a procurement website that you can go to, but we also push things out through what is it, eMaryland, yes. The marketplace, yes. So that's the best place to go because it pushes things out to people. If you go to but we do keep all of our current solicitations up on the website.
Okay, so that's a one-stop shop for you to be able to learn what's there.
Yeah.
And again, there are so many opportunities there. One thing, you have to be prepared, so have your ducks in a row before you come knocking on your door.
And I think, children are protected. And, so it's very difficult to get into a school system, probably more difficult than the typical places, simply because, we have, there are a lot of state laws and federal laws that we have to comply with. I was at a listening and learning session last night at Frederick Douglass High School, and an individual has been trying to get in the technology space with us and was saying, that it's been about 4 weeks, and we explained to him it typically takes 6 to 8 weeks to get in because there are so many federal requirements when you're talking about student data and things of that nature, and you just but we have to do a better job of working with people to help them understand how to work with us and know that it's just going to take time because there are things as a result of state and federal regulations we just can't circumvent.
Indeed. Dr. Joseph, what would you like to leave as your parting message to the audience here this morning?
Yeah, I think, with our system having a $3 billion spend, we know we have to focus on our local Prince George's County small businesses. And we've had success in other places really working to break down contracts and keep things open. So I would say stay encouraged, connect with our purchasing office, and let's do business.
Thank you, Dr. Sean Joseph. Always a pleasure. Thank you so much. He's becoming one of my favorite people. I'm biased, but I have to say he is becoming one of my favorite people. All right, let's shift to the office that really keeps the entire government running day to day. This is the Office of Central Services. They manage county facilities, fleet operations, real estate, supplier diversity, procurement support. It really is a hub for a wide range of contracts, from maintaining county buildings to managing leases. They really do it all. Please welcome Director David Byrd with more on the Office of Central Services. Am I losing you guys? More enthusiasm. There you go. I love it. All right. Welcome. And I think the microphone is there. All right.
It
there
is.
You go. I talked a little bit about what you all do. You're sort of the hub for everything here in the county. Is that a fair assessment?
That's a fair assessment. First of all, good morning, ma'am. Good morning to the leadership team here. Thank you for having me. David Byrd's my name. I am the Director of Office of Central Services, which is the largest county department separate from the school system, which is an entity into itself.
Okay.
But we're the largest department in the county. We're responsible for over 100 buildings
Wow.
in this county, which includes the firehouses, the police department, as well as, a lot of people don't think about this, but our county courthouse, which is the most traveled building in this county, where we have over 100,000 visitors visit the county courthouse on a monthly basis.
I love that you said visitors to the county courthouse. I love that. That's a very nice way of saying that.
Even though half of the people who go through there don't want to be there,
that's
right?
what I'm saying. But they're visitors nonetheless. Welcome, one and all. Okay, since there is so much there, lots of opportunities there for procurement. Let's talk about that.
Well, before we do,
Okay.
I want to recognize a couple of people.
Absolutely.
First of all, I have two of my deputies here.
Okay.
One who is a veteran of state and local government. That's Deborah Carter. She's right there. Deborah. And then another gentleman who just joined us several weeks ago. He's a veteran of DC Water as well as UDC, Mr. Ernest Jolly, who's back there in the corner somewhere.
There he is.
And they are helping me lead the charge on elevating what we're doing according to the county executive.
I love the way you work that in.
And I want to also recognize my predecessor who left me a great staff and a great foundation. He's somewhere back there, Mr. Jonathan Butler.
Ah, yes. It's in good hands, and folks coming to you are saying, okay, great things happening here, I want to be part of this. How can they?
Well, so first of all, a lot of people, I want to clear something up. A lot of people think that we still are in charge of procurement, supplier diversity, and compliance. We are no longer. That was separated under the previous administration. So we are great colleagues to Ms. Williams and what she's doing and working with her. Let me tell you one of the things that I'm concerned about right now. And like my colleague, Mr. Johnson over there at DPWT, I'm also concerned about snow because I have something to do with that as well. His responsibility is making sure in your neighborhood they get the snow out so you can get to one of my buildings. My responsibility is once you get to my building, you can get out of your car in the parking lot and come off to the sidewalk and get into the building. So I'm looking forward, my team and I, in fact, we're having a meeting tomorrow to talk about making sure we have the right amount of vendors who are going to service us through what will be, I hope it won't be a snow emergency, but if it is, we'll be ready to tackle it.
It sounds like if you're in the business of snow, man, you got it made in this county. How can I be down?
Well, see, snow's not important until it is,
Until it is. Well, yeah, because I'm the one standing in the middle of the talk about, see how high it is. Not this year. Okay. But so a lot of opportunities there. But how can people get it? Do you have a list? Do you have portals? How do they navigate that?
So we work through our Office of Procurement, but we also have a 10-year master plan. We have a capital improvement program, which we've spent over $475 million since the last 4 fiscal years in renovating our buildings. We just opened up our HHS building. You have our DCAO of Health and Human Services here. It's a terrific building. We're doing some great work across the county. The building that I'm in has been renovated and doing great work. The county executive began her career in our building. So we're doing a lot of great stuff across the county, but we're going to be needing good folks, local folks, to help us get this stuff done. In fact, let me tell you what I'm worried about too, besides snow. Number one, in the future, in which we've talked to the county executive, we're going to have to replace the fire alarm system in the courthouse. It's outdated. We're talking about that. The last locksmith in Prince George's County retired 2 weeks ago after 34 years on the job. So right now, we do not have a person on board who handles locksmithing. So that means I'm going to have to work with Ms. Williams so we can get a locksmithing service to take care of the stuff that we need for our buildings in Prince George's County.
And these are things that probably seem so mundane to folks out there, but it's necessary. So a locksmithing service, if you have one of those, the doors are open, pun intended. Oh, that was a good one, huh? No. I kid, but we appreciate that.
And what people have to realize, we're not outward facing, right?
Yeah.
Our stakeholders and our people, as my deputy reminded me, is that we're the backbone of the county.
Yeah.
Our stakeholders are internal, right? You don't see us, you don't think about us, but we run the day-to-day operations of the facilities, and we're responsible for over 4,000 county cars.
It's a lot of gas.
Yeah, that's a lot of gas.
Yeah.
And that's a lot of
Is that another opportunity too, right?
That's a lot of maintenance work.
Yeah.
We have a garage with some great people. We have 2 shifts that are working that keep the garage open, and when there's a weather emergency and doing snow duty, we have 2 shifts around the clock of our garage opening up. We have mechanics on board who are doing a great job, and we have an award-winning fleet. Our fleet is one of the most recognized here in the region for the work that we do.
Director Byrd, I love your enthusiasm, your energy. You have elevated the room, and I don't keep meaning to make that pun, but you really have elevated the room. Thank you so much. Again, your staff is outside with more information. We've only scratched the surface, but please take advantage of what's available to you here this morning. Thank you for your time.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay. And our next guest this morning is the Director of the Office of Supplier Diversity and Inclusion, Keon Harley from WSSC. Okay. It is a pleasure to meet you. And as I say, if I mispronounce anyone's name or title or forget, please charge it to my head, not my heart. Absolutely. Welcome.
Thank you.
Okay. I do know WSSC, one of the biggest agencies. You all have a lot of activity, a lot of procurement opportunities. Let's dive right in, because it's a huge amount. But let's dive right in for folks who are looking to break in a little bit.
Absolutely. So I want to do a couple of things before I dive right in. Number one, I want to acknowledge some of my colleagues here, our Chief Executive Officer and General Manager, Keisha Powell, our Deputy General Manager of External Affairs, Christy Bickham, our new Chief Engineer, Alan Wong, our Director of Strategic Partnerships and Community Impact, Courtney Edmonds, who is also the Chair of the Prince George's County Chamber of Commerce, and lastly, our Chief Procurement Officer, Capricia Poole-Williams.
I want to dial back a little bit and talk about your specific office. And tell us exactly what you do, because in this day and age, it's almost like, oh, you can't even say it, but yet it is very needed. Tell us what your office does.
Sure. So our office at WSSC Water, the Office of Supplier Diversity and Inclusion, is responsible for helping ensure that small and local and underrepresented businesses in Prince George's and Montgomery County particularly, because those are our service districts, have a great opportunity at pursuing contract work with us. And we do have billions of dollars of work with us. Before I talk about the billions of dollars of work that we have and the many contracts we are trying to award this fiscal year and beyond, I want you to join me all, if you will indulge me for a moment, in a moment of quiet reflection. And if you will, if you feel comfortable, I want you to close your eyes briefly. I want you all to imagine the hands that first taught you love. Maybe it was a grandmother in the kitchen washing greens like mine did. Maybe it was your father that helped you brush your teeth at night. Maybe it was your mother that got you a glass of water when you were sick. Those are the things that WSSC Water represents. Those moments cannot be made possible without water. Now I want you to open your eyes. Imagine if those opportunities and those hands that tried to reach for something wasn't there, and that's water. So my office is responsible for, along with all of my colleagues, because we are a very collaborative team, but my office is responsible for ensuring that we have opportunities to fill the $9 billion of infrastructure projects $9 billion of capital assets. We have $5 billion in capital improvement projects over the next 6 years. So we're responsible for helping ensure that we have a seat at the table for everyone.
Are there particular initiatives that you'd like to see diverse suppliers participating in?
Absolutely, particularly the local and small suppliers. I am certainly so enthusiastic about Madam County Executive. We had a call yesterday, and she's really elevating everything we do, and I think this is a very timely moment. One of the things I really want suppliers to do, particularly the local and small suppliers, is to engage with us, connect with us, come to our events, be open to the possibilities in the water sector. Because those moments that you just thought about when you close your eyes cannot happen, and they will cease to exist if we don't have clean water. So there's room for you at the table, and I want you to be open to the opportunities that is there for you. We are beyond just construction, which a lot of small businesses think we do. We have IT opportunities, we have training opportunities right now on our solicitation list. So there's a multitude of opportunities for you in our sector.
And unfortunately, they are giving me the hard rap, and so I'm going to thank you for giving us a little bit of an overview. Again, much more information on your website, certainly, and with the folks behind the doors here that you've brought with you and your staff that you've pointed out to us. Thank you so much
Absolutely.
for your words
Thank
this
you.
morning. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Keon Hurley, thank you so much. Appreciate it. Oh, I need my microphone. Thank you. Thanks a lot. I lost my place. Oh, here I am. Okay. Our next guest is the Department of Environment, Dr. Sam Moki, the Acting Executive Director. Please welcome him to the stage. Oh, welcome. And the microphone's there.
Good morning, everyone. I'm not Dr. Sam Moki. I'm Derek Coley. Dr. Moki is here in the audience. I want to recognize my acting director, as well as Rodney Taylor, my colleague, and also Shauna White, who may be outside at our table. County Executive Brave Boy, thank you so much for the opportunity to serve, leadership team as well.
I'd like you to dive right in, the big picture. Tell us about the opportunities available within your agency.
Outside at our table, we have a brochure talking about partnering for green businesses here in the county. At the Department of Environment, we are very much focused on stormwater management, flood control and mitigation, also the Animal Services Division, inclusive of climate and energy as well. You all may see solar paneling and other opportunities, both residential and commercial. Currently, we're working with the Office of Financial FSC First to open up a green fund in the amount of $6 million for a local business. And so we do have opportunities moving forward here in Prince George's County for the environment.
And for the suppliers who want to partner with your agency, what is that process like?
Office of Procurement, this brochure has a number, a goal number inside of $52,200,000 that we're looking to put out in terms of services within our division alone. When you all look at the Department of Environment, Animal Services as a prime example, termite pest control, electrical, plumbing, also animal cages as well, also dog food and cat food and other types of food for those animals in our care. We also have domestic animals as well that sometimes come into our care. We need hay, straw for those of you who are in agricultural, small businesses as well. So there are various opportunities that are available in terms of those types of divisions within our agency.
what can businesses do to prepare themselves to work with you? I know that Director Williams at the very top talked about, the onus is on you. You have to have a checklist of things because you'll be checking. What are some of the highlights perhaps that people need to have to do business with your agency?
Dr. Moki has activated all of us in terms of his leadership within the agency to meet with individuals who inquire about business opportunities. We have an open door policy. He likes to say we're under new management. And so we are under new management at the Department of Environment, making sure that we have an open ear, but also provide feedback for those individuals who want to do business.
And is there something you'd like to leave us with as we're racing through our program, but as I've pointed out time and time again, that you are not leaving, just this portion might be ending, but you're not leaving. You certainly have more information to leave with our guests this morning.
Absolutely. No idea is too small. More importantly, Prince George's County, although it's a local government, there are a lot of great ideas that you all have as small businesses and medium-sized businesses that are also global. Please bring those innovative ideas here to the county, especially as relates to the environmental concerns and sustainability projects that can bring to bear here locally.
Thank you so much for your time this morning. We appreciate you. Thank you. And our final agency that we will profile this morning and speak with is the Redevelopment Authority. Perry Paler is the Executive Director of the agency, and I ask you to welcome him to the stage. Pleasure again. And just give us a one-liner, two-liner of what your agency does for those who may not know.
Basically, we concentrate on three things. We revitalize established communities in Prince George's County, and we spur economic development, and we promote private and public partnerships, particularly around housing and retail development in Prince George's County, with a focus on Inner Beltway and transit-oriented development near our subway station.
And you mentioned we, and I'm assuming you also have staff here that
Yeah,
you'd
I
like
do
to
have
recognize.
my senior managers here, Benjamin Hobbs. I hope he's not at the table. He's our senior manager, one of our senior, and Ben is in the back,
There he is,
and
okay.
he's here. And I, like everyone else, I just want to congratulate the county executive and her staff and just thank you for hosting this. This is a revolutionary event, and I'm just happy to be a part of it.
And we are as well. Thank you, County Executive, again, for your leadership. What are some of the top priorities for your agency, and how does that fit into the procurement forecasting?
Well, in terms of priorities, we have several projects. Once I became the executive director, I walked into approximately $50 million worth of over $50 million worth of project. Obviously, there's Suitland project, there's the Cheverly Hospital project, and we have some Blue Line Corridor projects going along with that. We have several parcels of land that we manage, the Redevelopment Authority, that's separate and apart from Prince George's County. And so in terms of our procurement opportunities, one of the things the county executive has been serious about is keeping our communities clean, so one of the things that we do, we have landscaping contracts, and we also have some soft, hard contracts for folks who want to come in and do light construction, take care of our sidewalks, jersey walls, things of that nature. So those are some of our procurement opportunities within Prince George's County.
And how do people go about identifying it? Can they just come to your office, or do you prefer they go to a website that might, or a portal that might have all the information?
We have a website. I serve as executive director. I'm also the contracting officer.
Okay.
So actually they will contact me directly. And we do have solicitations that we plan on issuing September 22nd. And that will be for landscaping opportunities. We still, the summer's coming to an end, but we still have to keep the grass cut and keep it neat.
Right.
That always, up through December, we expect the contract to run through. So we're excited about the opportunity and make the opportunity public in the very near future.
December, when we get snow.
And we do our own snow removal separate and apart from OCS.
Right.
So that'll be an opportunity that will be coming in the upcoming months.
Since you work on both sides, you see the front and the back end, what are some of the biggest mistakes you're seeing small businesses or businesses in general make, and how can they avoid that to help propel themselves to more success?
I wouldn't necessarily say it is a mistake. I think the county executive, this is a perfect example. We have to provide opportunities for small businesses to engage. We have to make the opportunities available and promote the opportunities, and then once they learn of the opportunities, take advantage of all the opportunities that are here for them in Prince George's County.
I know that there's a question about redevelopment, and then it comes into equity. Who's left out of this, and that's been a big concern. Can you address that a little bit?
Sure. All of us that have the opportunity to serve, we have to fight for equity.
and make sure that our county residents and our county businesses are in the deals, positioned in the deals. And sadly, I had an example. One time I talked to a larger contractor, and I found out he hadn't talked to MBE in 7 months, and they needed something from me, and I was like, well, we're going to take care of this situation in the near future and make sure that our MBEs and our local businesses stay engaged with the larger contracts. We have to fight for that for our residents and our county businesses.
Indeed you do. And before you go, is there one last thing you'd like to share with our audience as we wrap up this morning?
Like I said, we know the moment that we're living in, and it is incumbent upon us to fight for the businesses and the residents of Prince George's County. Thank you. Thank you, County Executive.
Executive Director Perry Paler, thank you so much for your time this morning. Appreciate you. Ladies and gentlemen, that is it. We have talked to a lot of agencies, from transportation to procurement, environment, and so you just have a little glimpse of what's here in the county. So many opportunities. As you saw, everyone is telling you their doors are open. If you are a business owner, a small business owner, this is really your moment. The county executive has made it clear that she wants you to succeed. She wants this county elevated with your help, and she has hit the ground running in her first, not even 100 days, 90 days has it been? Here in office, there, give or take. She has done a phenomenal job, and I've been around here a long time, and this is the first time I think I can honestly say that you really feel like if you are someone who may not have had a piece of the pie before, this is your opportunity. Please take advantage of it. You have vendors outside these doors who are here to help. You have the county executive staff where you can direct your questions to as well. They'll be around for a bit longer. But with that, I will end it with saying, let's go make Prince George's great. Prince George's County continue to make it great. Not go, let's continue to make it great. I thank you all for your time this morning. I'm Maureen Ume. It has been my honor to be here, County Executive. Thank you so much for the invitation. You are my hero. Thank you all. Have a great morning. The morning's not over yet. Vendors out the door. Have a wonderful day. Thank you.